Okay, so this is a part two of signs of domestic abuse in marriage and panic attacks, part two. And so my first video, I was saying I'd never had panic attacks before ever in my life. And so I started attributing it to my husband being the problem. And so I started getting really scared of him and in my marriage. And so he was even saying something to me when his daughter was about 12, when the mother of his daughter left the second time, that his daughter was scared of him. And so he was saying he didn't want to have no child around or a woman around who was scared of him. Now, he did make mention of that at the beginning of our relationship, that he couldn't be around people who were scared of him. And so he said when he was growing up in Florida that there was this white lady who was a counselor, and she would go to his classes and tell him that he had to be a certain way in society, because I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what he told me from him living in Florida. But he said he had to act a certain way around white people because white people didn't know how to perceive him. I don't know if that's a story he's just telling himself, because I know when I've been to Florida, he took me down to Florida, and people never, I mean, in modern times, people never did anything ever that I saw that would have made him feel out of place or anything. You know, sometimes he and I, when we were together, we might have got a few sneers or stares or something, you know, from, you know, there was certain men who would stare, and I got that. It's like, well, I didn't realize I was bucking something that was not completely acceptable related to cultural relationships and marriages. But he said he kind of felt like that was why his first wife left him, was because he said that there was people who would actually say things to her in the 1970s, and they would just come up and call her names, you know, related to the kids being with her. I mean, that's going to be a lot of pressure for a young woman. It's pressure even, but he had his own rhetoric that he was telling me in the privacy of our marriage, which some people referenced that as Stockholm Syndrome. So you start to feel sorry for the person that you're with, your captor, in the sense of that you have compassion, empathy for them, and in order to get along and not be hit and not be yelled at, you just sit there and listen and take